But here is the very latest on Aaron as of its 10 o'clock advisory. And this will probably be the last time that we really detail Aaron, as it is quickly starting to move away from the East Coast. Notice that forward motion east-northeast at 22 miles an hour. Winds are still at 100. And as I said, it is still pretty rough along most of, say, from North Carolina up past, say, Boston. Not quite as high in Maine, but around 15, 17, 21 feet. Now that is pretty far offshore, but even 7-foot seas just to the south of Boston. So still pretty rough, but thankfully, again, conditions will be improving during the day tomorrow. Much better for the weekend. More so, we'll be talking about these two areas, really more Invest 99, because what Invest 90 is going to do with a high chance of developing is basically follow right behind where Aaron went. Not an issue at all. 99, though, is going to continue along a path toward the Caribbean, so a little bit more interest. However, most of our model guidance indicates that really nothing forms from that. So the good news is we're not expecting anything in the next couple of days. There's a medium chance of developing, but as it continues further into the central Atlantic and more than toward the Caribbean, conditions become more hostile, and so that will start to weaken and then eventually dissipate. Looks like it'll just be a rainmaker, if it even holds together, moving toward the islands. Rain on radar right now. Saw a few lightning strikes off in the distance. These are right around mainly coastal St. Bernard Parish and just in parts of central Plaquemines, but that activity is starting to wind down. We're now under clearing skies outside, and conditions through the night tonight pretty typical. We'll have lows in the 70s, some low 80s, and rather dry. At the moment, though, looking toward downtown, 82 degrees our temperature with a dew point of 76 and calm winds. 70s and low 80s. We'll probably see the temperatures drop a few more degrees, but with dew points in the low mid 70s, we're not going to see them fall very much. What has been encouraging per the models is there are all indications of, with several upper troughs, meaning air coming in from the north, we will see enough of a push next week to lower the humidity. The big question is going to be exactly when it arrives. Our Euro model indicating dew points dropping into the 60s. That would be pretty significant as soon as Sunday afternoon. Other models kind of hold off on really bringing the drier air until more mid to late next week. And so while I do think one front that moves through on Sunday, maybe late Saturday into Sunday, will bring in some slightly less humid air, I really think we're going to get a reinforcement of dry air come Thursday, Friday of next week, maybe as soon as Wednesday of next week. So it does look like we will get some relief from the humidity, again, considering it is August, but it'll help us out because those heat indices won't be nearly as high. Kind of a stationary boundary up to our north is going to slowly move into the area tomorrow. This is going to be a little bit more of a focus for scattered showers and thunderstorms, so another at times wetter day, but it does help us out with our temperatures as we head into Saturday. Here comes an approaching front. Coastal showers along that first boundary, the stationary front, and then may see a few showers kicked up in the afternoon with the approaching front, and then this may be what starts the drier air moving in. It's not going to come surging in. This is not a October cold front. It's still late August, but at least a good sign is that the upper pattern looks to be persistent going right through next weekend, keeping at least a northerly flow in place, which means we hold off on that more humid, oppressive air. And maybe we get kind of an extended break for a slight drop in humidity. Again, temperatures, though, stay in the 90s. And in fact, an upper high kind of building back in may warm us into the mid 90s, but not quite as humid. Then we get that reinforcing front that moves in, maybe helping to trigger a few showers with temperatures more upper 80s, lower 90s. Keep in mind, the normal high this time of year is 91. So we'll be a little closer to average late next week.